Hi, welcome to 3rd grade mid-module 1 test review with Mrs. Heathcote. Starting with number 1. It says, Mr. Lopez plants 15 rose bushes in his front yard. He plants them in 3 rows. A. Fill in the blanks below to make a true division sentence. What does the answer represent? All right, so the biggest problem that kids have here is that they forget to answer the what does the answer represent. So let's try to make sure I don't forget that part. If you don't know a division sentence, right, then you may need to draw an array first. Now, I just happen to know that in part B, we're going to have to draw an array anyhow, so I'm just going to start that now. It says Mr. Lopez plants 15 rose bushes in his front yard, and he plants them in 3 rows. So I'm going to start by drawing 15 rose bushes, and every time I get to 3, I'm going to move up and start putting them in the rows over again. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 rose bushes, and those are each in 1, 2, 3 rows. So fill in the blanks to make a true division sentence says that I'm going to start with my 15 rose bushes, but I'm going to divide them into 3 rows, and now my answer is going to be 5 because there are 5 rose bushes in that row. And that is what my answer represents. So when it says, what does the answer represent? You want to write, my answer of 5 represents the number of rose bushes in each row, right? Because there's a rose bush, there's a rose bush, there's a rose bush, there's a rose bush. Boom, 5 rose bushes in each row. So that's really important to remember to write that part about what does it represent. Now let's look at B. B says, Mr. Lopez adds 3 more identical rows of sunflowers, right? So now we have sunflowers. Draw an array to show how many sunflowers he has now. Well, I'm going to change my color to yellow. Oh, maybe I'll do an orange to show my sunflowers. And 3 more rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 1 more row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I have 2 more rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here are 3 more rows of sunflowers, right? So draw an array of how many flowers he has now. These are all of the flowers, right? We have 3 rows of roses, and we have 3 rows of sunflowers. Let's go on to see what we're going to do there. Remember, the biggest thing that gets forgotten is explaining what it represents. Also, you want to think that at this point in 3rd grade, the largest number, that 15, is going to be the first number in your division sentence because you're taking all of the flowers and then dividing them up into rows. Well, there are going to be less in each row because you're splitting it up. It would be as if you were sharing 15 cupcakes with 3 friends. Each friend would get 5 cupcakes. All right, let's go to the next page. Here it says, Mr. Lopez figured out how many flowers he planted. His work is shown in the box below. Would Mr. Lopez get the same result if he multiplied 6 times 5 Explain why or why not. So this one I think is a little rough because it tells you to explain why or why not, but it really wants you to do it a specific way. So let's look through it. In the box, and I redrew our 3 rows of rose bushes and our 3 rows of sunflowers just so that we could see it. Remember that the parentheses are not there to freak you out. They're there to say, whoa, slow down. Just look at this part. Just do this first. So 3 times 5, or 3 rows times 5 flowers each, would be 15. I like to write it close to the parentheses, but in the book, they write it way over here. So let's remember that those two go together. Then you're like, plus, cool, I know how to do plus. Then it says parentheses, that means slow down again. Make sure you do this part first, just this part. So what's 3 times 5? 15 again. And they put that right there. All right? 15 plus 15 is 30. Do we believe it? Yeah, we absolutely believe it because there's 30 bushes here and there's 30 plants here. Sorry, let's erase that. There we go. Erase that. We had 15 here, right? Plus 15 here equals 30. So that math is correct. The question says, does 6 times 5 make it correct still? Well, 6 times 5 is also 30. We could count by 5s, right? Let's do that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So we counted by 5 6 times and got 30. So it is correct. But when we explain it, they want to make sure that we talk about the distributive property. Okay? So let's write our answer. Yes, Mr. Lopez would get the same result because 6 times 5 equals 30. And in his work, he used the distributive property. Oops, let's spell it correctly. Distributive property to change the 6 to 3 plus 3. So 6 times 5 is the same as 3 times 5 plus 3 times 5, right? And that 3 plus 3 is right here, 3 plus 3, because 3 plus 3 is 6. So there's your distributive property, is spreading out the 6. All right. This is a really great place to pause and re-look at it. Listen to my words as you read the writing, because my writing on the iPad is a little difficult to read. And if you have questions, this is a good one to ask your teacher to help you go through again. All right, our next one, number 2. To me, this is the most straightforward of all the problems and your best chance at getting the most points. So really slow down and try to work on this one. And if you have questions, stop and ask, right? All right, Mr. Lopez picks 16 tangerines from his yard. He puts 4 tangerines in a bag. in each bag. Draw Mr. Lopez's bags of tangerines. So, one way to draw it is to draw a bag, right? And then I have 16 tangerines, 4 in each bag. So I can stop right there and draw 1, 2, 3, 4 tangerines. Tangerines are kind of like oranges. They're pretty delicious. And then I can go, but that's only 4, and he picked 16. So let me draw another bag, and I'll put 4 more tangerines in it. And then I have to think, well, that's 4 plus 4. That's only 8, and I need to get to 16. So I need to draw another bag. Here's another bag. Then I put my 4 tangerines inside. Do I need to draw another bag? Yeah, we do, because this is only 12 tangerines, and he has 16. So let me draw another bag and put 4 tangerines inside, right? Do I need to draw another bag? No, I don't need to draw another bag because I have 16 tangerines already. If I draw another bag, I don't have any tangerines to put in it. So we'll get rid of that. B says, write a multiplication sentence that describes your drawing in part A. When you see the words multiplication sentence, you should automatically think blank times blank equals blank. That is a multiplication sentence. You don't need words. You don't need an explain how. It's just blank times blank equals blank. All right? So we're going to write how many bags he has times how many are in each bag. So he had 4 bags times 4 tangerines in each bag, and that equals, how many tangerines did he have in total? 16. There you go. All right, number 3 will be on a new video. So go ahead and pause, look it over, rewatch it, do whatever you need.